Hello everyone. In lesson chemical effects of electric current, we have studied different activities. Now today we are going to see activity number 14.6, chemical effects of electric current. So we'll see what is chemical effects of electric current. This is the circuit we always use for uh, identifying whether the current passes or not, or the conductivity of the substance we are finding out with the help of the circuit. Now in class 7 we have learned some effects of electric current. So can you list these effects? What effect does the electric current produce when it flows through a conduction solution? So we have already studied that how current passes and what effect it shows, that bulb glows or bulb does not glows when the current passes. So these effects we have seen. Now let us find out. We see activity 14.6. Take out carbon rods carefully from two discard cells. Now, these are the carbon rods. We also called it as electrodes. There are metallic caps attached to the carbon rods. Now, clean their metal caps with sandpaper. Wrap copper wires around the metal caps of the carbon rods and join them to a battery. We call these two rods electrodes. Now, why we need to clean that? There may be some dirt on that, so we have to remove that with the help of sandpaper. You know sandpaper, which is rough in nature. So by help of that sandpaper, we need to clean first these metallic rods. Now these metallic rod we are going to attach to the two wires we see here, the two ends, open ends. In previous activity we dipped that two ends directly into the water, but now we are going to attach these electrodes like this to that two wires. Now pour a cup full of water in a glass. See, you can see in this picture there is one beaker. Pour a cup full water of in a glass. Add a teaspoon of salt or a few drops of lemon juice into that water. Now immerse the electrodes in this solution. Make sure that the metal caps of the carbon rods are outside the water. Wait for 3-4 minutes. Observe the electrodes carefully. Do you notice any gas bubbles near the electrodes? Now why we are doing this activity? Because we have to find out when an electric current passes through the liquid, any liquid we have taken, what changes occur in that liquid. That we are going to study in this activity. Now when we do this attachment, everything is finished. Now wait for 2-3 minutes. See, positive end and negative end is also shown here. Now what changes occur? So you can see in the below, in the beaker, some small bubbles are formed. Okay, small bubbles are formed. Now this is a change. It is a chemical change. Why it is a chemical change? You know what is chemical change? Chemical change, when occurs, a new substance is formed there. Now here also gas is produced. Okay, gas is produced here. Bubbles are formed, that means gas is produced here. And this is called as electrolysis of water. Now who have found out this? This is the scientists who have done this or invented this in 1800. He is a British chemist, William Nicholson. Okay, he born in 1753 and died in 1815. He had shown that if electrodes were immersed in water and a current was passed, bubbles of oxygen and hydrogen were produced. Oxygen bubbles formed on the electrode connected to the positive end, while hydrogen gas is produced connected to the negative terminal. Okay, so he had found out these two changes occur. So there is formation of a new substance. It is a chemical change. The passage of electric current through a conducting solution causes chemical reactions. As a result, bubbles of a gas may be formed on the electrode, deposits of metal may be seen on electrodes, changes of color of solution may occur. The reaction would depend on what solution and electrodes are used. Okay, now we have used lemon juice. We have added 2-3 drops of lemon juice here. So these changes, formation of bubbles or deposit of metals or changes in color, this may vary or it depends on what solution we have taken in the beaker. Okay, these are some of the chemical effects of the electric current. So whatever we have seen, it was about what changes occur in the liquid which we use to do the activity, whether the electric current passes through the liquid or not. Okay, now Bujo decided to test whether some fruits and vegetables also conduct electricity or not. He cut a potato into two halves as shown in the picture and inserted the copper wire of a tester into it. Now here directly copper wires are inserted into potato. Just then his mother called him and he forgot to take out the wires of the tester inserted into the potato. So this activity has got some time, okay, to take place the changes. When he came back after half an hour, he noticed that there was a greenish blue spot on the potato around one wire, whereas there was no such spot around the other wire. So the greenish appearance was only at the positive end of the wire circuit, and at the negative end there was no changes. He was surprised with this observation and along with Paheli repeated this activity many times. The Bujo has repeated this activity several times. They found that it was always the wire connected to the positive terminal which had a greenish blue spot around it. They felt that this discovery was very useful because it could be used for identifying the positive terminal of a cell of a battery concealed in a box. They decided to report their finding to a magazines. Remember that Bujo set out to test whether potato conducted electricity or not. What he found was that current produced a chemical effect in the potato. To him, this was very exciting. In fact, this is how science sometimes works. You are looking for something and you discover something else. Many important discoveries have been made in this manner. So by this way only the scientists do their researches and they found something new when we are trying to do something else. So this is the invention. Now here this invention was important to find out which terminal is positive and which terminal is negative of the battery. So we have studied this much for today. So you can watch the video again and again for better understanding. Read whatever is given in the textbook carefully. So for today we'll stop here. Thank you.